Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss the topic Urochordata. Now, Urochordata in phylum Chordata, there are various classes, that is fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Now, before that phylum, there are some phylum or subphylum. They are nothing but the Cephalochordata and the Urochordata. So in the previous class already we discussed about the larval stage in the Urochordata. The example is the larva of the Herdmania. Now this larva is called as the Ascidian larva. We see the structure of this larva, such a type of structure which is seen in this larva. Now this organism is the marine organism which is found in the sea water or in the sea. When we look the diagram of this larva, the body division, majorly the body is divided into two main parts. This part is called as the head and later this part is called as the tail. How the division of bodies takes place, detail we'll see, already seen in the previous class. But before start of the further topic, I am going to introduce or I am going to revise about that portion. Now, the size of this larva is very much important. First, it is a marine inhabited and it is 1.5 mm in length plus minus half mm is plus minus, that is it is 1.5 mm in length. The color of this larva is, it is transparent in color, or it is transparent, not a color, it is transparent. Now shape of this larva is appear just like actual picture. We see that how the shape of this organ elongated from the anterior end and it is the slightly pointed tapering toward the tail. So such a type of structure which is seen in this larva. Now the shape of, we see the shape of the organism, appearance of the, now division of body, the body is divided into two parts. This part, from this part, this is elongated part, it is called as the head or the trunk portion, and remaining this part is called as the tail. So body is divided into, one is head and another is the tail. Anteriorly, when we see this portion is called as the anterior portion and this portion is called as the caudal end or the posterior end. Anteriorly, when we see toward the larva, the whole organism is covered with the one of the thin membrane. Look toward the cursor. The whole organism which is covered with the thin membrane or the membranous structure, it is called as the test or the tunic. Now in this diagram here it is called as the test or the tunic. Now the role of this test or the tunic, it is in the protective function. And after this test, the next portion which is seen here, the protruding structure or the forward protruding structure, this is called as the papilla, or it is called as the adhesive papilla. Here the label is given. I will zoom it so that it is clear to see that picture. So this portion is called as the papilla. 1, 2 and 3 protrusions, 1, 2 and 3. So anterolateral side or a dorsal side, when we observe here, this protruding is called as the adhesive papilla and lower portion is in the single in number. So total 3 papilla which is seen in the Ascidian larva. And role of this papilla is very much important for the attachment to the substratum. It get attached to the substratum during the course of the metamorphosis. This animal is not moves from adult organism is not moved from one place to another. But in case of larval stage, it is the highly active stage, and 1 or 3 hours it is highly motile or it is pelagic in nature. It moves from upper to lower surface, and later on it get calm or the tail portion get twisted and the casting of certain organ is occurred and the metamorphosis is seen. Generally the retrogative metamorphosis which seen in this larva, retrogative metamorphosis means the casting of the organ, and the gaining of organ, it is called as the positive metamorphosis. So after the metamorphosis, this larva get converted into the adult structure. So adult animal is called as the Herdmania. Now this is about the adhesive papilla. Next to that, Here the capsule-like structure or these point are seen in this picture, one point and this point. Now this upper portion or to the dorsal side, here we observed inside this capsule, this egg. Now this point is called as the ocellus. When I am going to discuss about any word, look toward the cursor. This point is called as the ocellus. And below that, one point is seen here, and this part is called as the statocyst. The role of this ocellus is important, that ocellus which receive the light, so it is the which bears the photoreceptor, and the statocyst which means organism which moves toward the earth, move toward the gravity of the earth. It is called as the georeceptor. So it is the georeceptor which is present here, and in this portion the light receptor or the photoreceptor which is present, because the larva is highly active, and at first it is the positive to photoreceptor and negative to georeceptor. But when during the metamorphosis or after metamorphosis, it is positive to georeceptor and negative to photoreceptor. So role of this structure is very much important. After the sensory vesicle, the brain vesicle is also seen. Behind that, this portion from here, this is called as a nerve or certain ganglion are also seen, and the mass of the cell is called as the brain vesicle. A conical solid. What is brain vesicle? Brain vesicle is nothing but a conical solid mass of the nerve cell, or it is called as a cerebral cone, and latter portion is called as the visceral cone. The role of this nerve cell or the cerebral cone is very much important. It controls the movement of this larva, or it controls the activity of larva. So that is the role of this cerebral cone, and visceral cone, which nerves which is spread toward the caudal end. So it is called as the visceral nerve. Now the habitat again important. Already I discussed that this organism is the marine organism. It is pelagic in nature. It is highly active for the 1 or 3 hours. Later on the metamorphosis is occur. But during the course of metamorphosis, this caudal portion get twisted and the tail portion get casted, and the regenerative metamorphosis is seen, and this papilla get attached to any substratum. Substratum means any rocky surface. It is called as a substratum, or the sandy base it is attached. So this is the habitat of this organism. Means it attached to the rocky surface, to the bottom of the shallow water. So this is about the general structure and the idea of the ascidian larva. Later we discuss about some pictorial diagram how the metamorphosis is occur in this larva. At first stage or during the early stage, the larva is look like this. Later on, when it gets settled on the body, get inclined, it settle on the substratum. Then this upper part get casted. And the clear cut the opening of these two siphons are seen. This is called as the branchial siphon, and this portion is called as the arterial siphon. When in current water, whatever the water which is enter for the purpose of the feeding and the respiration which is enter through this point, it is called as through the branchial siphon, and water removes through that is the arterial siphon. So this is about the pictorial diagram of the how the metamorphosis which occur in this larva. Next to this, this is the actual picture of the Herdmania, which is seen in the reddish in color. The reddish in color, or sometimes it is this greenish in color toward the background, because due to the deposition of the algal material, it is greenish in color. And reddish in color, here this tunicate structure, it is the particular shape is not mentioned, is irregular, sometimes it is irregular in shape. It is called, so it looks like a potato, so it is called as the sea potato. Commonly this ascidian larva, it is called as the sea potato, or it is called as the sea skirt. Why it is called as the sea skirt? When this organism it is in stress, in this sandy bench, it looks like this. This is the actual picture of this Herdmania, adult picture of the Herdmania. These two openings are seen. This opening is called as the branchial opening, and this one is the arterial opening. Water is entered Water is entered through this opening and removed through this opening. It is called as the branchial siphon. Now this organism is also called as the sea skirt, because when this organism is in the stress or any predator when going to catch this organism, then this organism which release the jet of water, means water is released through this opening and also through this opening. So it appears like a jet of water, and it also releases a certain chemical content, so that the taste of this organism is very disagreeable taste, means any organism does not do not want to take it or to catch it. So it is distasteful in nature. So this is the structure. Sometimes it is found to attach with any molluscan body. So this organism is the sessile in nature. It cannot move from one place to another portion, but when it attached to the molluscan body, then along with the mollusca or the Coelenterata, it get moves from one place to the another. Otherwise, it is the sessile animal. But this movement is due to that mollusca or due to this another organism to which it is attached, so that it get shifted from one place to the another. Such a type of binding is seen in this organism with the another mollusk or the Coelenterids. Now we see the classification of this organism. The organism belongs to phylum Chordata, subphylum Urochordata. Now Cephalochordata and the Urochordata, these are the subphylum, or it is called as the Protochordata. Then class Acidiaceae, all the tunicates which includes in class Acidiaceae. Then subclass Pleurogona, order Stolidobranchia, genus Herdmania, and the species is the Pallida. There is, I not mention the species, but the common species which is given in the study, that is the Pallida species. So species is the Pallida. About Herdmania, we discuss about the Herdmania. This is the pictorial diagram of the Herdmania. Here we see that this is the arterial aperture, and this is branchial aperture, and this one is the arterial aperture, or it is called the arterial port. Water is entered through this opening, and here the some sphincter like structure, the four guardings are present, or the four lips are present. In this cursor you look that this 4 point, it is called as the four lips. So it controls the activity of the water, movement of water. So it acts as a sphincter like structure. Water is entered through this and remove this portion. So this is called as the four lips. And the division of body, when we are going to observe the division of body, the body is divided into two parts. One upper portion is called as the body proper, and lower portion is called as the foot. Now this organism is shallow in nature, commonly called as the sea skirt. Why it is called as sea skirt? Already we discussed, because it's released the jet of water, so it is called as the sea skirt. The organism is a hermaphrodite animal. It is the important point. What is hermaphrodite? Hermaphrodite means the both the sexes which is present in the same organism. It is called as the hermaphrodite animal. Now in most of invertebrate we see is that even though organism is the hermaphrodite, but the cross fertilization is the rule. When we see previously that because the maturation period of the gonad is different, so that in some cases the testes are matured, while in other cases the ova are matured. Then the cross fertilization takes place. So in this organism both the sexes are present, so it is called as the hermaphrodite animal. The fertilization is the external fertilization. Yes, means internal fertilization is not seen, it is the external fertilization is seen. Now basal attached part is called as the foot. This part is called as the foot. In this diagram here the label are given, that is the foot. This portion, upper portion, it is called as the body proper, and lower portion is called as the foot. Development is indirect. This is also important point. The development is indirect means in most of organism or in the vertebrate we see that they gives their young one, means the cat gives to the kitten or the dogs give to the puppy. So this type of such a type of development is called as a direct development. But in this case of the Herdmania, we observed that the first we see the larval stage, and after that the metamorphosis is occur, and after the metamorphosis the adult form is seen. So such a type of development is called as the indirect development. Now size of this organism, it is the 9.5 cm in long and the 7 cm in broad and 4 cm in thickness. This is the tentative size which is mentioned in the book, and the color of this organism, it is the pinkish in color. Already we see the structure of this organism, that is the, it is the pinkish in color. So this is about the Hardmania. Details about the system we see in the next lecture. Thank you.